if you have not watched if you were not in the present first session we had, it's going to be wise if you go and watch it. I think there are certain things I shouldn't be saying. Anybody who is wise enough and has wisdom, we automatically know what to do, because virtually every movement that has been taking place in the market are things that have been talked about. And today we had to do the second session in the early hours. And virtually what we're expecting, the breakout of BTC and the price level we talked about is already playing out as well. So if you were in the morning session, we'll just continue from what we were talking about in the morning session and look at certain alt levels we are going to look at. So, and I told us the next 4 hours candles, which was the one from, I think the first 1 hour candle was to close around 1 p.m. and then we'll have 2 more hours, about 3 more 4 hours candles, which is 1 to 5 p.m. and then from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that these 2 candles will actually be the most important, because they are going to decide what we expect in the next 2 weeks in the whole market space. And we could just ascertain to be sure or certain that okay, this is what is going to be playing out. This is not what is going to be playing out, and we'll identify certain levels as well. So let's quickly go to, I'll be using my phone this time around, so let's quickly go to look at the BTC charts. So send me a message if you can see my screen, please. Send me a message if you can see my screen. I'll have to enable certain things as well. Okay. The first thing like we always do is our first outlook is the week of schematics, and virtually the schematics always have stage 1 to 5, and I always say, and I told us we are in stage 5, and we're expecting a bullish breakout from the 13th into the 14th, and definitely we are getting it exactly as it was predicted as well. And that is where we are currently, and that is what is playing out already. And but there were certain key indicators what we're looking at, and we highlighted them on a different BTC chart, because this chart seems to be a bit how am I going to put it now? Is a bit, the lines are going to get people a bit should I say they are quite much. So let's go to, I think it was this other chart we looked at. Okay, fantastic. So I'm trying to turn on my PC, so I might switch over to my PC any moment from now. But while I'm here to switch over and it's turning up, let us just be on the phone. So we highlighted these levels and on the daily, and there were some drawings we did. So let's go over to the 4 hours. So this is, here we go. We had this on the 4 hours, and let me, where do I activate this again? Okay. So we had this on the I'm trying to activate my PC, so I just switch over. It prevents me from the stress of this. So, okay, so we highlighted these levels, we highlighted here, and we highlighted here. And one of the things that we want to I think I stated is we definitely getting this breakout and a close above this level, which is all highlighted. is going to be quite bullish. It's going to be quite bullish, and could form a bullish structure that is definitely going to be favorable. So let me stop the share, and then we move over to the PC. Fantastic. Okay, good to go. So sharing the screen now. I don't know what's wrong with this. Okay, the first thing I want to look at is like the BTC CME, and which is what I highlighted for you guys the other time. So the CME sometimes shows on this order. Like I always say, the gap is always has to be filled. So the next closest gap that has to be filled is here. So this is heading into the zone. We have BTC headed into the zone. Okay, so definitely it's going into the zone. Sometimes the gap is filled halfway, 50%. Sometimes it's filled like to the brim as well. So let me delete that. So if you look here, we're having 21k to 21 700 as well. So probably we could get it fill up the gap at that level or at that area as well. Or the CME gaps. That's CME on the smaller time frame. Now we're not looking at the larger time frame. Let's see if we could. Let's go to the 30 minutes. So in the 30 minutes, you could see it clearer as well. So we're getting all that now, and we still have, remember, the bigger the CMEs are the 28k levels or so, and that was why that other guy was predicting around that range as well. And I also gave my reasons for 25k then as well. But however, and whatever ones that plays out, it's that's we just want to capitalize on any possible movement. So I think one of the trades I'm on already, I was supposed to, I think I should have so okay, I think this is very good. This is very good as well. So this is a close above this level already. So which is also a very good, it's a good sign, a positive sign on the 1 hour. So but one of the trades I'm on is this trade here. I'm on this particular trade called BYDX. I'm on this trade, this particular one here, and I'm on this trade. I entered around 1.74755 or so, and what was where my entry was on this particular trade. Okay. So there could be like short opportunities. So one thing you want to know is opportunities to make money from both the short levels and the what I think before personally what I think is if you want to short this market or enter a short, you would want to trade the gaps. So you make use of the CME gaps, the CME chart, sorry. And if it fills up the gap probably to 21,600 level area, if it fills up, we might get a massive fall down, like not like very very much. So, but I'm long on this trade. I entered around 17 something or so. This was where I entered this trade, 176. That was where I entered the trade, and I placed my stop. My stop was around here. I don't know. It was actually a big stop, but with the move in the market, I think I'll adjust my stop loss after this session to this area. I'll just adjust my stop loss to that area, and because definitely the major resistance I'm looking at, it's around this area, levels of 2.2 and 2.3. Like these are the major areas. Let me change this to blue. So, and if you notice, like one thing about the DYDX is the DYDX is yet to get a proper crossover on the MACD, unlike what has happened and what has happened in the BTC charts here. And like what has happened in BTC charts, the DYDX is yet to have his yet. And if it has, it could be very, very bullish as well. So I entered around that 1.773, and my target short term, like on a long, this is like a resistance level that you want to see it break, but on a short term, my target is around 200, around that range of 200. Anything between 1.982 to 200. So the reason I was using here as a stop loss was because I had a very like a longer projection. I had a longer projection, like on a long-term basis. If this is to create a what's it called? If it's about to break out 2.2, if it does, we should get it as high as $3 to probably as high as 3.3, around that range. So if it does, so but I'm giving room for a short-term like profit. So not everybody has the bump. I think it's still like holding up strong as well. So from here was where I entered, and I think I should be, I don't know how many percent, but I used it 5x quick on this trade. And definitely, I actually don't trade on one exchange. I use Binance, I use Bybit, I use MXC. All of them are for different reasons as well. I have an exchange where I only use it for, let's say, scalp trades. There's another exchange I use it for like the trades I want to trade for the next 2 weeks. I've entered them on that exchange, and I will surely not open that exchange again till 25th of this month. So then probably maybe I might be up like 5,000% on those trades or 7,000% or so. So I just swing it with a large stop as well. So definitely, it's moving so fast, Then let's look at something else. Okay, let's look at another chart. Let's look at this one chart I am on on our trade I'm on, and that is near. I'm on near. Let me use this. Let me remove this so I could see clearly. I'm on near, like, let me see if, okay, I think my chart is not gonna show well for near. Okay, thank God. Pascal allowed you to speak, so anytime my chart is not showing, you just update me or let me know. Just unmute your mic and say it, regardless of whatever I'm saying. So, okay, I want to check for. I don't know what's wrong with my PC. It's not popping up. There's something I wanted to pop up, so trying to, okay, but try it one more time and it doesn't work. I'll rest my case and probably in any future session I have with us, I'm going to try to show that to us. Okay. I think I shouldn't, let me not do this now. It's going to confuse people. That's like, it's going to get many people confused, but I wanted to like show a correlation between the volume chart and the price action, especially on near. But definitely let's start to be for another day as well. So near is I think near is one chart that's I'm on here, and definitely I'm using it, and I'm even trading this on coin M, I think so, or so, if I'm not mistaken. And this was where I entered yesterday on here. And like I stated clearly in the sessions, I think that was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I told you guys that when I make my entries, I make them based on conviction, and I just wait to be wrong. Like, charts. When you go to your chart, put in BTC, the BTC one or I to get a perspective of the gap on CME. So when it's time to like short BTC, you might just know. Like you could just enter a short easily, and probably you could get this. Let me use another arrow so indicated. So probably we could just get this like So there are two case scenario. You could get it like you could just create a higher high here and then a higher low and then continue moving upwards. Or you could just from here, this level like sell down. But remember, many times these gaps always get fit. So you want to look out for what is pushing this thing up. Is something pushing this up because the CME gaps are not shown on the real chart. You don't see this on the real chart. You see it on the CME gap. So this chart is different from the normal BTC chart. So if you look here on the BTC chart, you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing anything like a gap here. You're only going to see that on CME. So basically, like I'm opening our eyes to understand how this works. So you know, these are like price engineering. We call it price engineering or a liquidity inducement. So it's like liquidity inducement or price engineering. You're seeing that this is what is influencing or this is what is inducing the direction of BTC in a particular direction. And this is what could give you a perspective that, okay, someone's saying that is BTC going to go up, it's going to go down. And so easily you just want to look out for the closest or the nearest CME gap or whatever. And then you could just know that, okay, BTC moves to clear these gaps as well and then move in the other direction. So you just have that. Then, well, however, I'm looking at what was it called? That's near, and there are specific zones I marked. I marked 3.770. The reason I marked 3.770 is because remember early hours in the first session we had today, I talked to us about areas that has not been tested, and 3.770 is an area that has not been tested. So another area that has not been tested based on the 4 hours is 4.113 level. These are areas that haven't been tested. So these are levels that I could say, okay, this level might produce that opportunity to like be a target area or a TP area or sort of as well. And I might just also adjust my stop as well. And looking at these areas are very, very good areas. Remember this this thing here, this is like an inverse head and shoulders. Let's say this is the 2 hours. This is an inverse head and shoulders. So imagine this is an inverse head and shoulders, and then this is like a breakout. So two things, there are people who like trade the breakout and there are people who like enter based on retest. Some people would want that this should come in down here, and some want to just wait for any little pullback and then place their stop loss around here. This is more like a just, you know, this is the right shoulder or what have you. And definitely it is the right shoulder and what have you, and then we've had like this new whatever that is formed here. So, and for people who are good in smaller time frame setups or smaller time frame analysis, you could decide to make entries based on this. Make entries based on this. But the thing about the smaller time frames is that it's too noisy, number one, and many a times you could easily get wicked out before it moves in your direction. So, like this is a 3-minute chart, for example, and probably if you get a pullback to like this area.
It's not showing again.
Okay, let me stop sharing and then so perfect. So I say definitely if we get a pullback to this area, this is like a structure alternating zone or so, and then we get a pullback to this area, to these zones. This is like an amazing entry for those who like are the smaller time frame persons. But a bigger time frame persons can just set his stop here, make his entry, put his stop here, make his entry, and then write his fin, and then target around 3.6, 3.7, 3.77, and up and up and up and up and up like that as well. Then, but basically, like if the market decides to give us like a strong relief rally, like if it decides to go strong relief, a very strong relief rally, then I might want to like hold this for a very long time. The reason is because NIA is one actually asset that reacts very fast to BTC movements. If BTC moves by, let's say it moves from 20, I don't know which person's mic is on and is affecting. Okay, this. So if BTC decides to move, if BTC decides to move, let's say like 21K, 22K, let me use that word, like this one will just fly like how many percentage? So it reacts very, very fast. So the same way BTC starts selling, it also reacts very, very fast. So it just has that what have you. So definitely these are like two trades I'm on. So once the gap is filled, we might just get that sell down. You want to note that we might just get that sell down once it is filled, and BTC is just slightly around the gap area already. So there could be a sweet. So you could go mark it on your chart yourself, and then you could enjoy a quick short area, a quick short. A quick short, a quick short. A quick short. So definitely, let me open my only one person sent a message of what an alt they would want me to look at. So because of that person, I might look at just that one alt, and then we could end up today's session. Okay, the person talked about BNB, the person talked about Ethereum. And like now, the thing I want to say about the BNB Ethereum, I think what I'm going to say is going to cover up for opening the person's specifically. Okay, let me go to this. Okay. Sharing my screen now. Okay. What I want to see is like the reaction of this of the gap, the reaction of price based on the gap. So if we get any pullback Now, this is the thing I want to say about the person who requested. I'm just looking for Ethereum and BNB. Now, the first 5 coins on CoinMarketCap. Let us go to CoinMarketCap. First 5 coins on CoinMarketCap, which we are having BTC, we have Ethereum, we have BNB, we have Ripple, and then we have so we have that, yes, BTC, Ethereum, BNB, Ripple. Just specifically this, not even talking about Cardano. So these coins follow the direction of BTC. If BTC is moving up, they are moving up. If BTC is bullish, they are bullish. What I do, how I trade these coins is I basically analyze BTC. I do an analysis on BTC. And if I analyze BTC, and if I analyze BTC, if I analyze BTC, or should I say BTC charts, or BTC, I just wait to see the same kind of patterns, or the same thing which I'm expecting to play out. And if it plays out, I don't even think twice. That's nothing. I don't think twice. I just make my decision. So I want to draw this reversal pattern. And so the person who asked that question, you can definitely copy this pattern and look at it on your charts to probably make a decision. Now, this is for people who like to be, should I say, less risky. Personally, myself, the way I relate, so the way I do things is that I just jump in. Okay, if I notice BTC just start becoming bullish, I just jump in, and before quickly I make profit, and then I could pull out. That's if I want to scalp, or maybe if I believe it's going to hold very longer, I could decide to hold it longer. But besides that fact, if you want to be very, very safe, very, very safe, I'm looking at my chart. I want to be very, very safe. I prefer looking at the patterns. I prefer looking at the patterns that provides an entry opportunity as well. Now, this pattern I drew here is more like a bearish rising wedge. This is a bearish rising wedge. It's not even a bullish pattern. It's a bearish rising wedge. But it could provide two things. When I mean it could provide two things is if we could get a breakout. And that breakout will signify a possible entry. And what is the breakout? The breakout is above this level. So if price decides to close above this level, you might get a very quick retest. And this retest is not going to happen on the daily. It's going to happen on the 1 hour and smaller time frames. So if this plays out, for example, this thing I'm doing, or this pattern now, if this holds true, this decides to hold true. So remember, this area is an untested area. Remember I talked about untested areas and the possibility that it gives opportunities for a sell-off. So that is why it's important when you go back, you watch the recordings. I don't have time to start carrying this chart and posting it, and I really don't want to even post the chart because like if you look at the sessions, very few persons are joining the sessions, maybe 100 persons or 80 persons or 50 persons. It just shows how unwilling many persons are, how lazy they are to really want to profit and make money, despite the fact that they have the opportunity of someone wanting to help them. And that's why one thing that and every day we see this kind of thing playing out every day in life generally, the fact that there are so many informations out there that could help a lot of people, but the more informations are out there, the more harder it should be for people to be helped. That's just a fact. And it's one thing people have not understood, but it's the spirituality of life that everybody can make it, but not everybody will make it. And that has been my statement every time, and that has been my statement over the time and over the years. Everybody can be rich, everybody could succeed, but not everybody will. And it has nothing to do with you. It's not. It's just what it is. So you can't force people to want to make money and succeed. So what matters is you yourself just be making the money. That's the most important. And as long as I'm making money for myself, I'm fine. So definitely when you look here to you look here. So if you get that, like the breakouts, you get the breakouts and price decides to give a retest. If you get the breakout and give a retest. So for those who enter DYDX, I would say you should try to monitor your trades. I think I'll quickly wrap up this session so it won't be long, and you can, in case you did not hear everything I said, that you could just, because I think it should be in profit already. Just monitor it. If you're a scalper, just monitor it and monitor the CME gap level as well. It's very, very important. With execute sale and okay, so if we get this, breakout and then possibly retest to like buy this up, definitely if that happens, then you should just do the same for Ethereum, do the same for what do we have here again? Do the same for Ethereum, do the same for Ripple, just the same. Because if we decide to, let's say, let me go to ETH USDT, or let's go to, okay, ETH has the same gap with BTC. ETH has a major gap around 1,600 levels. So if we're going to get a relief rally, we might see Ethereum go as high as $1,600 if we get the relief rally. But before that being said, this quickest we are seeing is that it's pushing up to fill in this area as well, which is looking like it is almost filled. And let's say 1, 2, this thing. So there will be some people who are going to be entering a trade. There are people who trade only on CME gaps. They don't use any other thing. They just trade based on CME gaps. And such people, many of them too are waves actually. So they could actually decide to start selling, entering a sell from here. Price gets here and they will sell it downwards, probably to this level, and take profit or sell. So this is for Ethereum. But let us look at Ethereum with let's go out from the CME gap of Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum like normally without the CME gap. Let's look at it on a normal perspective without the CME gap. So, like I said, personally, I'm really an intraday trader, but I post setups for like those who are in the institutional trading group or those who are in the VIP. So like institutional trading group is a trading group specifically, so it's a trader zone. Definitely, like if I might post like 200 charts there, and probably those in the VIP or the CME might get like 10 or 20. Is like 1% of what I post there, as well as all of them. So because they certainly understand what I'm posting as well, and definitely we learn together every week. And there's certain teachings I'm going to be teaching them as well, which is definitely going to be deep. Probably, I think the most of the private trainings I have for the groups is going to take place from next week. So, but as I'm just holding most of the free sessions and free events, I needed to hold for those of you who are the free groups, like even what we're doing right now, the breakfast session. I just want to be done with it. So from next week, I'll focus holding the sessions for those who are in any of the private groups.
Each private group has this session that it will be for them, and every group has its spec, has its differences, and has its benefits as well. So definitely, let me just draw this. I'm just trying to draw this in a fine way. So definitely, if you notice that the same thing I'm drawing here is what I drew on BNB as well. So if you could just look at it, if BNB gives that same move, then this should give that same move as well. This should give that same move as well. So if it pulls back, it could be probably an entry opportunity to like drive it way up, but another basic hand is the breakout. Breakouts is one of the like most swiftest, or let me say safest trade patterns. It's very, 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 very safe. So and remember, these are like this. So the top 5 are specifically following BTC pattern, and what it gives us is how it relates or how you should respond to it. So definitely, I'm just using like one stone to kill. Should I say 3 birds or 4 birds or 5 birds of definitely what this person is asking as well. So then earlier this morning we talked about 6 punks. I think this 6 punks I think they said this is already on the marketplace and it's cheaper there. I think it should be around 26 on the marketplace. So instead of minting directly, you could buy from their marketplace, and I think it's going to be better off. This should be the website, but I think getting from the marketplace is going to be better off. The ones I minted, I don't even know where I can find them myself, but I knew it should successful, and my 6 coin was deducted. Probably I'll see how I could source that out later. Then I bought this. I bought 2 stuffs today. I think okay. We had we had a pullback for this. This should be Bex. I think Bex had some pullback today or so. It's around 420k market cap. When I bought in at the pullback as well. So probably we should see this to like 1 million market cap or so or something. So you could see it go to 1 million market cap or 800,000-900,000 market cap or more. So if it gets to 1 million market cap, that should be like 3x, 4x from the first initial core. So it's already down. I think 400k market cap is actually down as well. So could get to like that much big. So it's been sustaining well from whence it was called. It went as high as 600k market cap yesterday. It could go that way much. So basically, I made an entry there for this. It's a BSC. It's on BSC for those who want to buy for this. Then we have Dream. Dream is on Ethereum, but you know Ethereum gas fee is actually very, very cheap right now. Very, very cheap right now. And I bought in at 0.079, right? 0.079 today. So it was almost at the low. The low of today is 0.0775. Personally, I got in at 0.007 0.079, and it's currently around 0.085 as well. So, and this could easily go to like 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, so like 100%, 200, 300, 400, 500%, around that range. But it's on Ethereum as well, and it's not going to be like a sudden or a short, like it's a mid-term play. This is a mid-term play. The same thing for Bex. Bex on BSC is a mid-term play. Dream on Ethereum, yeah, is also a mid-term play. These are 2 mid-term plays. Like when I mean mid-term is referring to like within the next 2 weeks to the next 1 month as well. But if I could stay on a particular trade, let's say for 2 weeks to 1 month, and it's going to give me let's say 200, 300, 400, 500% in a bearish market, it is a very good trade. It's a very good trade and it's very good decisions. Remember, one thing we're always concerned about is having more quality and less quantity. More quality and less quantity is what we are concerned about. Very much concerned about less quantity and more quality to reduce risk and to maximize gain as well. Okay, guys, this is 45 minutes already, and we are done for today. And I hope these sessions have helped us, because definitely it's me trying to hold us by the hand and guide us into the next half of July. And we started, so today's 14th, and we started from 12th. Yesterday we couldn't hold the session, but basically what I talked about is what we saw yesterday as well. And in case probably by the next set of predictions I'm giving, you will definitely know how to navigate the market with those predictions and see profits on those predictions. So if I said, okay, within so day and so day, this is what I'm expecting, you could just decide to go to your charts, map out your charts, and know how to like pick up from there. Definitely those who are like on the private groups, many a times they get heads up from me. But if you are not, maybe you could definitely like do this on your own by yourself. And for example, like there are certain dates I talked about which I was expecting, and I'm expecting, and what is it called again? I'm expecting, I think 26th, 27th is when we're having FOMC. So, and then the GDP is on 28th of July. So definitely I expect that it's going to be bad, like very, very bad. I expect it to be very, very bad. The ones of 26th, 27th, and then 28th should be very, very bad. So what I want to do is like, I want to, if we get like a run, it shouldn't be, I won't be carried away by the run. So that would be the areas whereby like, that would be when I would want to short the market, like enter a short the market. And probably around those dates is when I want to enter a short on the market and short the market into August. So it's going to be like a bloody set of ending the month is going to be very bloody. Like the last 3 days of this month or 4 days or so is going to be very, very bloody. And if you capitalize on this, you could literally make money, from what is going to happen within those dates into the month of August. Okay, guys, I hope this session has helped us, and I hope it's going to help us navigate and make some profits. And I think there were two